Are you serious? Are you serious? Well, folks, it is getting very serious. We've really got to pray for the people down in northern Florida, southern Georgia, along the coast of South Carolina. There is a major storm, a dangerous storm that is developing. It is Winter Storm Grayson. It has already closed stretches of I-10 in northern Florida. And according to reports, the Winter Storm Grayson has already caused big travel problems this morning in the south. A stretch of Interstate 10 was closed east of Tallahassee, Florida, because of icy conditions. And Georgia's Governor Nathan Deal has declared a state of emergency already in 28 of the counties in Georgia. The Winter Storm Grayson began its wintry march this morning in the deep south, and it didn't take long to cause major issues, folks, through Florida and Georgia. 49-mile stretch of Interstate 10 from Tallahassee eastward has been closed. That is insane. As slick conditions have made travel on the roadway very risky, according to Florida Department of Transportation. The closure has affected, if you want to know, from the exit 209 to exit 258. Now, by 9 a.m. Eastern this morning, about an hour and a half ago, more than 10,000 homes and businesses are already without power in northern Florida, and power outages are going to increase throughout the day in the deep south. Matter of fact, travel isn't any better either, as portions of southern Georgia, where Grayson has brought frozen ice and sleet and rain. Frozen rain has caused massive problems. Overpasses have begun to freeze, especially in southeastern Georgia, and authorities have warned drivers to stay off the roads. And they're not used to that down there either. So, I mean, if you're not used to it, even it's bad enough when you're used to it, when you understand it. But the National Weather Service in Tallahassee office has confirmed there's only been 0.01 inches of snow has fallen this morning in Tallahassee, Florida. But that's crazy. We're talking Florida. Did you say Florida? What Florida? Yes. And this is the first time there's been any snow in northern Florida, in Tallahassee, since 1989. So you've got to understand how they're responding. Schools are closed. Okay, they can't handle this. The road's slick. They're not used to it. You know, parts of coastal South Carolina, authorities have attempted to keep roads clear. Children are wanting them to stay home safe ahead of the storm, so they're just closing the schools in advance of the storm. And in Georgia, before the storm even arrives, Georgia Governor Nathan Deal has already declared a state of emergency in 28 coastal counties last night in anticipation of Grayson's arrival. In Savannah, Georgia, officials are preparing for what looks like the first measurable snow in that city since February 12, 2010. Hasn't snowed there in 8 years. The city's snow records date back to 1948. During that span of time, it has only snowed 14 days in the last 70 years in Savannah, Georgia. But today, they're expecting 4 to 6 inches. Now, I want you to slow down. We're talking Savannah, Georgia. 4 to 6 inches of snow. That will paralyze that city, and it will paralyze that area because you got all the pine trees, that heavy snow. It's going to break those. They're not used to it. It's going to break them. Okay? And when it breaks them, it's going to tear down power lines. And then a deep freeze is coming in right behind this. So this is a serious situation down in Savannah, Georgia, and the surrounding areas. And so the streets are already, they're already telling people, look, the streets are going to be slick. It's going to be dangerous. And the snow hasn't arrived yet, but they're expecting it. Already freezing rain is falling in Savannah this morning ahead of the snow. Travel will be extremely difficult. It wasn't just along the roads either. Air travel has already been impacted this morning in the south. And according to the flight tracking website, more than 50 flights into and out of Charleston International Airport in Charleston, South Carolina, have already been canceled this morning. Cancellations were fewer in Jacksonville International Airport and Savannah Hilton Head International Airport, but they're also mounting as the morning continues. An hour ago this morning, officials in Savannah Hilton Head Airport were forced to shut down operations and close the hub because of Winter Storm Grayson. So the wheels are starting to fall off down south. We're going to keep a close eye on it but from Tallahassee to Jacksonville, on up to Savannah, Georgia, on up to Charleston, South Carolina, and the entire deep south. Get ready. The freezing, icy conditions have begun. It's going to only get worse as the day goes on. The snow is coming on top of that, and then a deep freeze to follow. Expect massive amount of power outages and serious conditions developing down in the deep south. We'll be in prayer. We are praying for all of you down there. We understand this is not going to be easy. So our hearts and our prayers go out to everybody. And we pray and we plead the blood of Christ over many of our online members that live in that area. We pray that your power can stay on. I want you to be in preparation for that because it could very well happen. All right? God bless all of you. We love you. We'll keep you up to speed. I will be live at 12 noon Eastern, so we'll keep an eye on the weather down south during our live broadcast. God bless.